Yoga keeps on expanding its influence around the world. Today, almost 300 million people practice it professionally, and according to various sources, about 1 billion people on the planet have tried yoga at least once. We decided to answer some common but still very interesting questions about yoga. How many people do yoga worldwide? It's difficult to count the amount of people who practice yoga. It's believed that over 250 million people practice it regularly. The International Yoga Federation estimates that in Japan, yoga has grown in popularity by 413% over the past 5 years. More than 36 million people practice yoga in the US, and the number of practitioners has doubled in the last 4 years. How many yoga poses are there? Classical Indian yoga represents 84 asanas or poses. This is a symbolic number connected to the entire philosophy of yoga. But there are different schools and branches that offer extended or reduced versions of the asanas. In simplified yoga for beginners, 12 positions are presented. If you're to master all 84 asanas, you will have to go to an Indian temple and become a guru. Then people will bring you flower wreaths for the holidays. Which school of yoga asks its practitioners to wear white? This is Kundalini Yoga. This branch is based on the philosophy of Kundalini energy. The asanas here are quite different from traditional Hatha yoga. Gurus and teachers argue that static asanas are revitalized in Kundalini yoga and they benefit the body and the mind. White robes help practitioners free the mind during practice. However, this kind of yoga is not very popular in the West. How many years has yoga been practiced in India? Indian gurus who have access to the most ancient books on yoga claim that the practice has been around for more than 5,000 years, and basic knowledge about yoga has always been passed on by word of mouth from teacher to student. This is probably why many schools and branches of yoga have developed. How long does it take to become a yoga instructor? Let's start simple. If you want to teach yoga for those who wish to lose weight, a 200-hour or 500-hour course in a yoga training center will be enough, and you will receive a certificate within 3 to 6 months. If you want to practice yoga professionally and dig into its spiritual depths, you will have to go to India and spend at least 2 years studying with a guru. Note that there are not that many real masters and gurus, and they are not too willing to take students from other countries. How hot is hot yoga? The average temperature in a hot yoga class is 90 to 108 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 to 42 degrees Celsius. High humidity is also important. The idea behind such uncomfortable conditions is simple. It is to imitate the conditions in the area where yoga originated, so you're immersed in the classic Indian climate. Who wrote the Yoga Sutras? Patanjali wrote the Yoga Sutras about 1700 years ago. Prior to this, the Vedic culture used manuscripts created 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, according to various estimates. The Yoga Sutras have greatly changed the course of yoga in general and made it more modern. After 196 short sutras were written, the world gradually began to accept yoga as an open-source philosophy and today as a pleasant alternative to the gym.